Me now is Texas Congressman Lance Gooden. You know, Congressman, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
There are many saying, you know, this is exactly playing into the hands of the left to play this tape, which came from the senator's office, revealing what a political stunt it is. But I think it's valuable for us to actually look at it,
sure,
break it down, because you can see by doing so, it's a farce.
First of all, if I did that or you did that, we'd be tackled to the ground also. Second of all, if you're expected to know who Senator Alex Padilla is, then you would probably be expected to know that the Senate chamber is 2,000 miles away and they were in session. So he wasn't doing his job. He was in California looking for a stunt that he's since been raising money off of. And the only thing that we've done by playing into his hands is that we're still talking about it. So shame on us in that regard. But here we are. And the facts are he didn't identify himself. And I get so sick of hearing my colleagues say, well, I'm a member of Congress, so I deserve special treatment. I hear that all the time. And it really irks me when my colleagues say it. I certainly try not to say it. And I'm just appalled at the double standards that I'm seeing from the left.
The only thing I disagree with you about is there's a disservice in talking about this or playing into his hands, because the accuracy and truth is always given daylight. Because if you do not, misinformation, lies, and propaganda, stunts will win the day. And what I think is important for people to see is the way that law enforcement has to think in this moment. Place yourself in the shoes of one of these agents. I mean, you, me, anyone at home. Place yourself in their shoes.
Sure.
An unidentified man starts walking up towards a podium, asking questions somewhat aggressively. At that point, you engage. Anything he says after, we'll sort it out once we remove the threats.
And no one knew who he was. I realized he was a United States senator, but I tried to imagine, what if it was Gavin Newsom? If Gavin Newsom walked in there, everyone would say, oh, that's Gavin Newsom. What are we going to do? They didn't know who this guy was. It wasn't until they approached him to pull him away. They thought there was a safety threat. Then he suddenly starts broadcasting his title. They still didn't know who he was. And anybody could start broadcasting a title when they're about to be handcuffed.
And I think it's worthy of one more angle as well, and that's these officers. They're doing their job just like ICE agents. They're not looking to be the authoritarian arm of a wannabe dictator. They are literally enforcing the law and protecting public servants like yourself. And to hear the other side describe them as stormtroopers now, who don't even respect elected representatives, it's part of this really, really broad and ongoing thing to throw guys who sign up to not to get rich, not to get rich, just to enforce the law under the train. By the way, this goes back to calling Border Patrol agents, you know, plantation masters whipping people at the Rio Grande.
What's crazy is if you think about where we were just 7 months ago with the old administration, my colleagues and I on the Republican side, we were begging the Secretary of Homeland Security, Mr. Mayorkas, begging him to do his job and enforce the law. Now that we have a Secretary Noem, who is enforcing the law and doing her job, the other side, the Democrats, are upset, and they're begging her not to do her job. It's totally crazy.
It's great. That's exactly right. The real protest now, after 4 years of not enforcing the law, is to protest someone who does enforce the law.
You can't make this up.
Incredible. Congressman Lance Gooden, thanks so much for being with us.